Yo, yo, Tony D back with your favorite policeman, Robocop. I'm going to go ahead and start on the Frank Miller Robocop Avatar. I believe it was 2003 when this came out. My guy Cyberman and Ella, hopefully they're still checking them out. Hopefully they like this offering. It's hard getting all the issues of some of these Robocop series. I'm doing the one from Boom right now, and it's awesome. You got to check that out. But I thought in the meantime, while I'm waiting for issues to appear, local comic shop doesn't have any. I don't like going to other comic shops. I feel like I'm cheating on them. But my comic shop, I put them on my want list. I'm wanting, I have them on there, and what's it gonna hurt? Get a little Frank Miller. I'm gonna do a double hitter. I got the one, and I got the two. The artist on Juan Jose, I'm going to say Rip. It's RYP. I'm going to stick with Rip. But he is fantastic. As we start out, his artwork is like a beautiful mess. He's very detailed. And whenever I see stuff detailed like that, I don't know if it's just because I appreciate the effort or I don't know. It seems like the more detail there is in something and the longer it takes, develops a connection. And I don't know if it's because of effort. Let me know what you think. If you're vibing like I do, let me know. Oh yeah, this brought me back to, if you're from the 80s, there was a show called Morton Downey Jr. and he was a rude and crude talk show guy. And it's pretty funny that in his thing, he smoked all the time. And he had a big mouth for his intro. They're talking about the city, you know, how bad it is. The cops are crybabies. They're talking to victims. And it's just setting it up everything's bad, right? I believe the police are on strike. We're starting off a lot of chaos. It's all about the corporation still has grubby hands and everything. They're calling the shots. Money is more important than public safety. And it revolves all around that. It's the same old story. You know what I'm saying? And what's really scummy is the corporations are putting out like commercials of this guy is saying, hey, I got fired, but the corporation is setting me up. And what a great segue into this. They're just tearing stuff down and people are still in the buildings. Oh, and this is Rip. This is what I'm talking about. A beautiful mess. He's awesome. Little girl, her father, they're still in the building and he don't make it. She gets out. You still have, they're cutting over to the talk show stuff. Talk shows were a huge thing in the 90s, early 2000s. It's kind of culture interjecting itself into the comic. And that's cool. Yeah, look, the city is it's just crazy. That's why Rip is good at drawing stuff like this. If there's chaos, he's a great artist for that. And you have Robocop. He's just doing his thing. He's emotionless, just upholding the law. These scumbags pick her up. And that's another Rip trademark is just these weird, you get it. They're just horrible people. Look at that. That just makes you like, that artwork just increases the intensity of the situation that the person's in. You got to get out of that. Now they see the cops, Robocop's doing his analysis. Yeah, I love it when they show stuff through his visor, how the analyzing the situation. And look at him. And Rip draws great energy bursts. It's good stuff. He just blows away their alcohol. And he knows that she's missing. There's a directive, number 2, protect the innocent. Those directives have always been a thing. They interjected into every comic. It has withstood the test of time. It's good stuff. You're just getting more really showcasing his stuff, like Robocop's hunt them down. But I get lost in his artwork where it's a good kind of lost, where I'm just looking at the detail in wonder. Dude, it's totally good stuff. Yeah, the criminals think everything's cool because the cops are on strike. They think they can do whatever. Who doesn't go on strike? Robocop. Yeah, he takes care of it. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. Boom, just throws him out, takes care of business. It's in the movie. The movie was like that, where you just had graphic endings. You know what I'm saying? It's good stuff. If anything, these are worth to have. I would get the trade paperback. The single issues are pretty expensive. They're like $8 for a very fine. It'd be totally worth the paperback. Unless you want these. That's a very, I would call it an emotional. I think that's an important thing right there. It's showing that Robocop does have emotion. He may not show it all the time, but it's in there. And it's important to have these little snips of, there is a little bit of human left in there. This is what it is. They're kidnapping, holding people that, this is a big antagonist organization. Yeah, and they keep bringing up the strike. We're just going to do what we're going to do. Robocop's working overtime. That's an important piece too. We'll get to that in issue 2. I totally love how he portrays the robotics. This panel work is good. I totally love that. Kind of looks like the movie poster, the first movie, just a little bit. And look at that. Come on. You know it's fixing to go down. He's trying to get those people out of there. That guy's got a gold-plated gun. What a scumbag. It gets to a point where, this is very interesting, where he knows the directives and he knows he has to protect the innocent, but he says, kill yourself or I'll kill them. That's an interesting take on the directives. You know what I'm saying? Criminals trying to be smart. That's issue 1. We're going to hit issue 2 as well in this video. It's a double hitter. I think this is a 10-issue set. Yeah, Robocop ain't having that. Disarms him. Peace officer. Yeah, look how Rip draws fire. That's what I was talking about. When you see detail like that, you can't help but, I don't know. It makes it more likable for some reason for me. If you're like that, let me know. Maybe it's just an appreciation of that, but it looks good. I think the more effort you put into something, it's going to be better. That's kind of everything in life, really. We get to more of the talk show stuff. Robocop's working overtime. They're on strike, and it's going to take a toll on our guy. That's a toy, by the way. That ain't him. They're just more talking heads there about what's going on, how everything is just falling apart. And this guy right here, he ain't right. And he starts chasing her down. And here's our guy. This is where Robocop starts having flashbacks, which is a really good. He did that in the movie too, but I think it's important in the comics too, where he flashes back, just that little part of human that's left in him where it's still there. He's still hanging on. Yeah, I love these car chase scenes. Oh, and I just caught on to this. I love the warm colors. And then the memories are cool colors. That's a very simple thing. Sometimes I don't pick up on stuff like that, but a lot of times when I'm liking something, stuff that's done, and I just don't know it. And he does a lot of that. He's beat down. He's walking back in to I think he's going into a hospital. And he's just, no, it's a police department. And you're seeing through his eyes, which is important. He's just breaking down. Even a robot can't. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's enough human in him where it's still going to wear him down. Look at him. He says he's fine. And then he goes down. They got to get him help. And corporation is still involved. And this kind of harkens to the first movie where they're working on him and you see the guys. That's cool. And this lady right here, she's an important antagonist. She was against the police department, but now she's working with them. I don't know if it's against the police department, violence maybe. But she's doing something counter to what she used to be like. She's like a PR person. She's totally in charge of building another robot. She's trying to figure out what's up with his human part of him. I guess it doesn't matter where she came from, but she's researching this human part that hangs on. She's questioning him about what happened to him, and he remembers. And yeah, she locks him down. You totally see she's an antagonist. Her name's Margaret Love. Robocop's doing his service thing, but I think inside he knows. So she's running a tape of what he did. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing in her eyes, taking out this mob of people. But they're innocent, right? Protect the innocent. What she's doing is she's really just digging. She's got to figure out what's going on because they want to get rid of that in him. They don't want that human part. They just want yes, no, do what we tell you. And I guess they're using electroshock therapy. Hey, if you think that, shock. Now it's back to work. We get more into some talking head stuff, into the lab. But this is important right here. It's slowly setting you up for what you're fixing to see. And they're working on something in there. And they're talking about another cop that they're going to make into the perfect Robocop. You're getting a little Robocop 2 stuff going on. Remember when they were trying to build one, but beep, that's their first shot at it. I'm going to be interested to see if they take a different spin than what they did in the movie. This is Robocop 2. We'll see how that goes. If anything, it's worth a trade paperback, and the artwork is well worth the money. It is for me. I'll totally finish off the series. I'll give this an eager. I totally enjoy it. Hope Cyberman and Elle enjoy it. Hope everybody enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you guys want, let me know. I'll make it happen somehow. I actually like it better when I'm doing something for someone else than I'm putting stuff out there that I read. It's just stuff that I'm into, you know what I'm saying? Maybe someone else just wants to take a little sneak peek. Get familiar with something, but man, Robocop, you got to get that outro.